Well, hey neighbors, welcome to the Shed Shop. Today is Thursday, November 2, and I am struggling. If this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, I encourage you to stay tuned, because you'll never find another YouTube channel like this one. I have on my bench a STIHL MS200T. My buyer backed out. But is that the greatest thing on my mind right now? Is that I desperately needed to sell this saw. And that 562 XP up there, and the 064 down here, and the 025 right here, and the 170 up there, and the 180 in the other building, and this 350 service saw down here, Husqvarna. No, that's not the greatest thing on my mind. The greatest thing on my mind right now is my uncle. He's dying. And every time I try to turn this camera on to start this video, I start fucking breaking down, crying. Because me and my uncle, we're pretty much all each other's got when it comes to in-person. He's my only family and I'm his only family, basically. Yeah, we have family. But they're too goddamn busy with their own lives to care about us. They say they care with their words, but their actions don't match. We got our throttle linkage here on our 200T. I grabbed a gas cap, the first one I found. I believe the ring is bad on it, but this saw was clearly a very young motor, and given it's got most of its paint still, even though there's some missing down there, it's got most of its natural paint. Name badge is worn, but no big deal. I don't know if that gas cap will work, but I'm going to install this throttle linkage, even though I can barely breathe because of my pain. And then hopefully this saw starts, because it was $2,500 just a copay to get my uncle taken care of. And it's probably going to be $8,500 out of pocket total. And I'm in there trying to figure out how the fuck do I get my pipes to not freeze, because our pump house isn't done and I have no help. Who doesn't get paid this week? My van. It was 20 degrees last night, and I didn't have any coolant in it because I bought a brand new thermostat and it was faulty, and it caused my intake manifold to crack. And I don't have the strength to work on that bitch right now. And so I came out here at midnight last night and started my van and put some antifreeze in it. But it's making a weird clicking noise now, which sounds like it's coming from the water pump. And I am physically unable to change the water pump on this vehicle because you have to jack half the fucking motor up. And I have no help. And that's why the church has pissed me off. Everybody wants to talk about they go to church on Sunday and they tithe. Why aren't you out here with your two fucking hands helping us? If you were, my uncle wouldn't be in this situation probably. If you were, I wouldn't be having this kind of level of neck pain, having to force myself to do things physically that I'm not supposed to do with my disabilities. Most of you are gone by now, but there's a few of you still here, and that's why I'm talking still. I posted a video of the discrimination I received when I dropped my uncle off at the hospital. Well, I didn't drop him off. Sorry. Let me reword that. I posted a video of what happened when I brought my uncle to the emergency room. I went in, I grabbed the nurse at the front counter and said, "Can you please help me with my uncle? I am disabled. He will need a wheelchair. But there's a hill, and I knew there was no way I could push my uncle up that hill." I also explained to them He does not seem in his right mind. Something is not right. I am his decision maker. I park the truck after the young man comes out and gets my uncle. He did not relay to the triage nurse that my uncle's not in his right mind. He had a fever of 104, you guys. That kills most people. Causes brain damage. My uncle likely will have brain damage if he lives. He's intubated right now because his infection is so bad in his body. He's septic. And he wasn't getting oxygen. And so they have to breathe for him. Today I had to sign a paper for them to put a central line in. If you neighbors don't know what that is, it's an IV straight into his jugular for dialysis. Because he's not producing urine. And so tomorrow, it's like 99.99% chance I'll have to go ahead and sign a paper for them to do dialysis. And the reality is, my uncle probably will not live without another kidney. And because I'm sick, even if my blood did match his, with the genetic diseases I have, I cannot donate organs even though I'm an organ donator. My uncle is a type 2 diabetic that does not take care of himself. And so the odds of him getting a transplant are next to nothing, especially given we don't have insurance. It's funny. My uncle was very concerned that I'll get the electric bill paid and his cell phone bill paid. As we sat in the hospital and he struggled to breathe. That video I posted, there's a lot of hate on it. And it disappoints me that scumbag human beings comment some shitty shit, not knowing I used to be a drug addict, saying, obviously, I've had too much alcohol and too much meds, and I shouldn't combine my meds with alcohol. Yet they don't know. They say things like, I should leave the nurses alone, I shouldn't give the cops a hard time. They assume that this was some kind of First Amendment audit. It was not. It was simply I turned my camera on because I'm goddamn tired of being discriminated against for being disabled. And I want proof to show a judge that they violated the law. Being a YouTube creator comes with hate. Comes with haters. That was one of my greatest fears, aside from I'll never be able to grow a YouTube channel. I'm a boring person. Yeah, I got a lot of shit that's happened in my life. However, most YouTube creators have to deceive with false titles and thumbnails to get their views, to get their subscribers. I'll refuse to do it that way. Yes, my thumbnail is attractive, but it's the one YouTube recommended. Yes, I put lots of text in that video, but it was necessary because anybody that will be willing to watch the whole video, sorry. A neighbor just texted me. One I texted that has abandoned me and disappeared from my life, but his wife is a believer. So anybody that believes in anything, I'm asking to pray to whatever the fuck they believe in, because I don't want to lose my uncle. Now I've lost my thought. You neighbors have listened to their bullshit long enough. Shall we put this part on? Put some gas in this saw. And then who wants to pay me $1,500 for it? Or $1,200 for just the power head? Damn right, that's what I want. I snapped one of the rings. The ring gap was only 0.0175 on this, I think. It was clearly a low hours motor, and it's OEM steel. But it has caber rings now because I snapped one of the rings. So now I have to break it in with new rings. So hopefully, we put this on. Put some fuel in it. And it starts. Because right now, I don't know what fucking bills to pay and which ones not to pay. What I do know is I don't want to lose what little bit we have here. And also what I do know is if my uncle does pull through this, because he's a fighter, even though I didn't realize he was. Right before they put my uncle under, I had to ask him a very important question that I know the answer to for pretty much all of my family members. But I didn't for him. If you're in a vegetative state, do you want to live or not? And my uncle's reply was, I trust you. I trust you to hear from God and make the right answer. But I want to live. My uncle does not believe in suicide. He lives with a lot of depression like many of us do. And some days he might wish he was dead. But my uncle said, I want to live. It's not easy making medical decisions like these for my 54-year-old uncle that I've basically only known for a little over a year. He is my adoptive father's brother. Let's get to work, goddammit. This shouldn't be too difficult of a job. I didn't really grab any tools or set anything up beforehand because I'm so very tired and in so much pain. I really did just want to take a hot shower and lay down. But I didn't finish my thought earlier. What I don't want to happen is if my uncle pulls through, I want him to come home and see all the bills are paid and everything's been taken care of. I want him to see that I was able to pull through. And honestly, he believes in Jesus, so I want him to see that Jesus helped me pay the bills, clean the house, do his chores and my chores, finish our pump house even though I'm not physically capable, prevent our pipes from freezing, be able to have running cold water and hot water, have clean sheets on his bed because he shit his bed Monday night. I've got it cleaned up mostly, but not all the way. I want him to come home with no stress, nothing to worry about, all the bills paid, everything taken care of. Because if there's one thing my uncle lacks, is he lacks worthiness. He lacks feeling that he's valued. He lacks feeling that anybody cares. And I want to ensure he doesn't lack those things when he comes home. So you guys have seen, just pull your cover off with a Phillips, pull your air filter off. Okay, 2 8mm nuts. Pull your carburetor. Let's go ahead and open our new throttle linkage. Damn it, Rob Weaver. All my knobs are inside, neighbor. We'll use a razor knife to open this. I don't usually use the knives Rob Weaver gave me for this stuff, but if it's right on my hip, I like to use it. And then I do believe, let's see. I can't remember if we have to take all the chit off or not to get that in there. I don't think it goes that way. I think it goes this way, neighbors. Yeah, I think that's correct. So then we just hook this on there. Slide it around like so. Let's see. I cannot recollect. See, I should have looked this up. I really should have. Damn it. I really do feel like it goes that way though. Let's see. Like that. But I know you have to take the whole handle apart to do that. Let's see. I think it... No, it can't go like that. Can't go like that. Because that has to be to the side. Okay. Bear with me, neighbors. I've only done one of these this year. And I didn't look at the IPL. I'm so sorry. I do this shit to you guys a lot. I know. I think... Let me take this grommet out. Oh, I gotta take the cold shield off. Yeah, it's funny how people say I'm on drugs because I'm sniffling. People in that video want to say I'm drunk and high. But they don't know my story. People should ask. Instead, they just comment shitty stuff. Yeah, I do believe on this one. I'm trying to do it like a 192T. That's why I'm screwing up. I do believe on this one, we slide our carburetor in. And then we can, once it's on the bolts, we can slide it in, yes. Just get it started on the bolts, neighbors, okay? So let's do that again so you guys can see it right. Okay. If I can get it out now. Okay, so take this end, see? This end comes over and curves around, this end just curves. And hook it in, okay? Hook it into your orange port there, okay? Set it out there. Start your carburetor this way. Okay, and then come in through your grommet side here. You gotta take this cold shield off with a flathead and take your grommet out after. Okay, and then you can just grab your fingers if you can, or pliers, and just simply start your carburetor on the bolts, and then hook that linkage in right into right when it gets on the bolts. Hook it in, hold it in as you slide your carburetor down. You've got your choke lever over here. It got stuck behind the carburetor here, damn it. Okay, once that's on, let's move this one out of the way. There we are. Got to work both here. Okay, I apologize. I am still doing it wrong. Sorry, neighbors. Hook your, which one do you go on? Damn it. I think it's the outside one. Let's see. Which one do you go on? I'm distracted. I really am. I'm so worried about my uncle. I don't want him to die. Okay, let's see. I just took this off. I wish I would have remembered which one it went on, but I'm not paying attention. There we are. Okay, so now that I got that on the right one, let's go ahead and pull this back again as far as we can. And grab our throttle linkage and hook it in. I'm just trying to move my throttle a little bit to make it easier. Gotta have like 7 fingers for this, I guess, neighbors. Shit. Okay. Okay, sorry, neighbors. I'm sorry, I'm a mess. I know. Let me see something here. Yes, that will be correct there. So, I thought that one you could hook. You can. Okay. I thought so. This one will hook up in the end. So, let's go ahead and get our carburetor started. Hook our throttle linkage in. Get our choke lever out of the way. Slide our carburetor on, and then put our choke lever on. Okay. And then we can... Throttle works and our choke works. flip up one. Whoops. No, it's not working right. It shouldn't let go of the throttle there. See, it should stay there, but it's not. So something's not right. Yeah, it has to pull, not push. It's not quite doing a half choke. Something might be bent in here. But for now, let's run with it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hook our fuel line up. I just kind of want to go take a hot shower. Okay, our fuel line's hooked up. This gas cap did go on really tight at first, but when I feel this O-ring, it's dried. And unfortunately, that's not something I usually allow myself to run out of. But honestly, guys, it's hard to order 10 even of these for $2 something a piece when money is as tight as it is. And so I'll just want to try it, and then if it works, I'll find a cap that I've put a brand new one on, because a lot of times when I have new OEM caps from parts lots, I will put a new cap on, and then I'll just put a new sealing ring on the cap I took off the saw for future use. But I don't know where I have all that right now. So I got some fuel right here. Okay. There we are. And then I'm not going to hook the cap into its thing yet, because I'm not keeping this cap on here. I will get a nicer cap for it. Let's see if it leaks at all. It doesn't appear to be. Oh, it's pushing out the fuel line grommet here. Yeah, that saw will never run right. You guys see? I was concerned this fuel line might not be good. Yeah, it's oozing out. That cap is sealing right, but our fuel line is not. Which means lots of going backwards in order to seal that up. Well, I'm just kind of curious if this bitch will run. I don't care. No, I better not do it. This is an expensive saw. This is an expensive saw. I'm not going to do it. We're going to drain this fuel. I don't want to do it. I don't want to ruin this saw, because this is the holy grail of arborist saws. That's the other thing. This fuel line is not cheap. So because I don't have money, this will probably sit for a while until I sell another saw and can order a fuel line. Don't know. We'll see what happens. And that's going to be it, neighbors. I will post this as your shed shop update. I'm sorry I don't have the energy to give you an update on every individual project. Not much has changed in terms of projects from last week, except that a ton of saws are torn down. Both my 044s have busted up tanks, and so I'm discouraged about cleaning them. They're patched, but you know, if I do an 044, I wanna have a good tank on it, because I need good money for the saw, because I paid damn good money for that lot. I got the 02 non-super sitting here on my bench too. I gotta diagnose it. I've already rebuilt it because of our bad Permatex. I put Honda Bond on it, but that bitch won't idle. 3 different carburetors now. It passed vacuum pressure test initially before I tried to start it, but I don't know where it's at now, so I gotta test that saw. Be kind to one another. Seriously, guys. I'm so tired of the hate that's spewed out everywhere. Don't be the same. Please, neighbors. If you made it this far in this fucking video, be the change. Don't be the same. Be the change. Go ahead and steal my t-shirt idea, somebody. Every time I say something, just like my presentation hand. Somebody has stolen my presentation hand. I started that shit. Why you copying me, YouTubers? That's fucked up. Just because you want clicks and links. At least give me credit, assholes. You know who you are because clearly you saw my fucking channel. Shame on you. Love you, neighbors. All of you that are supporting me right now with your comments and shit. And the likes and the shares. And the hopes and the prayers. Thank you. I'd be on drugs right now if it wasn't for you. So no. Ski Boot. Daryl Johnson. Rob Weaver. Adam Hayes. Justin B. Birdie. Sarah Weaver. Jimbus. So many more of you. Robert. Thank you. I mean that shit from the bottom of my heart. I don't give a fuck who believes it or not. You guys are my support system. I'm sorry if I didn't mention every one of you. But if you're active on this channel, you fucking know who you are. Ted Neitzel. Ostradamus. Brittany. Thank you, neighbors. I can't do this shit without you. So stay tuned, goddammit. Till next time.